Today, I have a brand new lesson for you all about toys. Today, we're going to be asking ourselves some key questions about toys and how they're made. We're also going to be asking ourselves, why is it important to make toys that are safe? And how do people test toys to make sure they are safe? And what happens to toys that are unsafe? We're going to talk about that one a little bit later in this week. But today we're going to be talking about the first two questions. Why is it important to make toys that are safe? And how do people test toys to make sure they are safe? I wanted to tell you a few facts today. Toy makers and toy engineers want to make safe toys for kids to play with because they know if a toy is unsafe, nobody will buy it. So here's a picture of someone right here assembling a toy, making sure that it's put together safely. Did you know that toys in the United States, they have to be made using a safety list of rules and regulations? It's a long, long list. All the things they have to include in their toy before they can sell it so that it's safe for kids to play with. Now, most toys come with a label or a safety warning just like this that shows if the toy is appropriate for a person of a certain age, or they might say something like this one says, warning, choking hazard, not intended for children under 3 years. And we know that's because a lot of babies and stuff, they want to put things in their mouth sometimes when they're exploring. Toys in the U.S. have to go through testing to make sure they follow mandatory safety rules and regulations. So you're going to see some examples in a video that I'm going to show you today, but I wanted to show you first some pictures of what I mean. So this is a picture right here of a shopping cart with some little tiny food. It's like a Barbie-sized shopping cart. It's really, really small. And all these little food items, those are really, really small. So they want to make sure that big kids play with that, because if little kids play with it and they accidentally swallow it, it would not be good. Another thing that they have to do when they're testing toys, they have to make sure that there's nothing, no chemicals in the toys that would be dangerous for kids. Some toys are made with different levels of chemicals, and so they want to make sure, like this toy is painted, and they want to make sure that there's not a lot of lead in it or other chemicals that can be harmful for us to be around. And then of course they want to make sure that toys aren't sharp like this, because we don't want to accidentally get cut or get hurt from a toy that's too sharp for us. So today you're going to be watching a video all about toy testing. And there's these huge factories and huge facilities where they just have people that work all day testing toys. And they test toys in lots of different ways. You're going to see it in the video. You're going to see all of the different ways that they test the toys. And after you watch the video, I want you to go around your house and I want you to see if you can find any toys that have little labels on them. They could be warning labels, or they could be other informational labels. Like this one says, warning, choking hazard. It's trying to tell you that there's a lot of small parts that you have to be careful of if you have little kids around. Down here, if you can see it on this one, the trouble game, the very, very bottom, it says 5+. That means that this game is most appropriate for kids who are 5 years or older. And then, of course, you'll see warning labels like this that have like the big circle with the line through it that are trying to tell you of different ways you might get injured if you're not playing with the toy correctly. So after you watch the video, you can just go on a little exploration in your house to see if you can find any warning labels or anything on your toys that give you give you good information about how to use the toys safely.